Hey y'all, we're back with another review. This time it is on a 2022 Hustler Raptor XD. This is a zero-turn mower. I got this in June of 2022. So right now we're currently sitting at 2 years, 2 months, 26 months, however you want to look at it. And I just want to share my honest opinion, my experiences, what I like, what I don't like, all the good stuff, and go fully in depth with you guys on this review. So I appreciate you tuning in, and let's jump right into it. All right, guys. So like I mentioned, this is a 2022 Hustler Raptor XD. I am currently sitting at 150, almost 54. We'll call it 154. I'm pretty much at 154 hours on this unit, and I just want to share some of the things I like and don't like about it. But this does have the Kawasaki on it. It has the Kawasaki FR 691V. Have no issues with that, with this unit. I think this is somewhere around 24 horsepower. I think they say 23 and a half horses. I'm just gonna call it 24 horses, 24 horsepower. I've had no issue with this motor. I think it has plenty of power. Actually truly enjoy the power of this motor, and it's the reason why I got the Kawasaki on the Toro. But anyways, this has a, I believe it's a 1x2 frame, tubular frame, nothing crazy. It does seem pretty heavy duty. I mean, for this unit, for being, entry-level commercial unit. So running Kawasaki on the back, 24 horses, the 1x2 frame, which I could be wrong on that. I'm just kind of eyeballing it, guys. It has 3 blades. I believe they're all about 18 inches long. I currently run the actually all I run is the Ballard gold blade. So just show you there. All right, so outside was getting a little bit too distracting for me to give you guys a good in-depth review, but let's get right back into this. I'll get to the tires in just a minute. Wait on that, guys. Get to the tires in just a second. So, 3 spindles, 3 blades. So you're constantly having to either buy 3 blades, sharpen 3 blades, etc. So that is a heads up as far as maintenance. Really pleased with Ballard's gold blades on this unit. Leave some beautiful stripes. That's one thing about the Raptor XD. I will say this unit stripes better than some of these commercial units that I see attempting to stripe. So I'll go ahead and tag in some videos of this and what it's done for me. It's been a great unit with some amazing stripes. And if I'm gonna stripe anything up, it's gonna be with this bad boy right here. So let's go ahead and jump into the tires. I talked about the frame a little bit, the 1x2 frame. You got the front casters. These are currently giving me some issues. Just after 2 years, these are finally running low on me every so many days. So I am having to keep air in the front casters. As you see, right now, they're pretty low. So I do need to air those up every few days. Right now, that's the first I've ever had any issues with the front casters or any tires with losing air. Something I'm currently experiencing with the front casters. And one thing I will say about these back tires, not a fan at all. These back tires, I don't care how careful you are, how dry the grass is, these things tear up some grass, okay? These are a little bit more aggressive than your other tires that you'll see on like your Toros, your X-Marks, John Deeres. I mean, those are very aggressive. That's a very aggressive tread, like an off road kind of all-terrain type tread, and it's torn up a lot of grass. And to this day, I don't like them. I like the width of them, I like the size of them. Just don't like the tread because, I mean, it's just tearing up some grass when you go around corners, when you turn, back up, all that good stuff. You're tearing up some grass. So it's no go on that. I'm not a big fan. Don't care how soft you are on the sticks, those tear grass up. So that's enough of the wheels. Not a fan of the back wheels. front caster's having issues. Stripes really well. I really like the unit. I don't know if that's due to, you know, the unit itself or the Ballard gold blades, but you add the two together and this thing's been doing great. I recently added the advanced chute blocker. That's a whole different video, but it's all right. It stops anything from shooting out, I guess, you know, but it does leave a little trail once you close this. It does leave a little trail, so that is an issue I've had with that. But as far as keeping any kind of rocks or grass or debris from kicking out into flower beds, cars, driveways, you name it, it does work. I will give it that. It does work. It stops what it needs to stop. But I'm just not a fan, I guess, of the mulching aspect of it when you have a lot of grass. So that's all right. That's decent. So I've had no issues with this mower besides three things. I guess one thing I semi-caused, the battery terminal. So the battery terminal, I believe it was the, I think it was the negative terminal here had started corroding. I never paid much attention to it, didn't clean it up, and I was wiping this off in another video I actually posted on YouTube. You see where I'm wiping off this gas tank, and I accidentally hit the corroded battery terminal. That broke the battery terminal off of the battery, so I had to replace the battery. No big deal. That was end of last season, so end of 23. So it was over a year old before any issues on the battery. I replaced that. It seems to be doing well. The second issue I've had with this mower was one of these hanger bolts. They're called like deck hanger bolts. And it's still got thread on it, but you know, it does have like a little 90 bend with a cotter pin hole. So I can't remember what side it was. I want to say it was the back. I want to say it was this back right one. The head broke on me back here. I replaced that. No big deal, but just a heads up, these bolts are like $12 a piece. These little hanger deck bolts are $12 a piece. Yeah, you heard that right. And so I got 4 of them, so that way, if any of the other 3 go, I've got the replacements ready to rock. The only issues I had when that one deck bolt went is I would sometimes scalp the yards on that backside. You would notice it on turns and slopes and stuff like that. So it was causing an issue with the quality of the cut, and it was leaving some little, you know, divot marks with the blades because that side would dip down. So it wasn't all level. So that's a heads up, they're $12 a piece. The third issue I've had recently is going to be this fan down here. If you guys can see, this thing has completely melted off. The fan is gone. That's what it should look like. Well, not like that, you guys get the idea, but it should look like this on the other side. And it completely melted off. It completely melted off on me in the middle of mowing a acreage property I take care of. And that caused the belt to slip off, which the belt, you see this belt right here? I don't know if you guys can really see that. There's a belt right there that goes around these hydros. These are the fans to the hydros, but that belt came off. I got burned up really good right here on my arm. This is still a pretty good scar, but you know, I got burned up on my arm trying to reach underneath by the exhaust to fix this belt underneath. This one right here. And that was a sucker to put back on. I'll just put it that way. I didn't have that much, you know, this thing was just, it wouldn't move. So it would start up, but since the hydro belt, the drive belt was off, it goes around the hydros to move it. This thing was just sitting there running. It wouldn't go nowhere. So, and I was a good 100 yards from my truck. So I could not do anything. I mean, I had limited tools, you name it. I just went ahead and manhandled that thing, that belt with this tensioner. There's a tensioner down there. That tensioner spring. The tensioner spring right there. Just had to manhandle that with my bare, just muscle. Nothing I could get down there would give me any kind of leverage to help me get that thing off. So a video coming soon on me replacing this fan. I went ahead and grabbed 2 fans because I know the other side, has the possibility of going. This is the whole kit here with the pulley. I don't know if you guys can see that, the pulley, the washers, the nut, and the plastic fan. I went and got 2 of them. And these bad boys were, I think $8 a piece. So there's $160 there in parts. So that's just a heads up for you guys. Try to keep those things clean. I know it's hard, but I have a feeling that all this debris has something to do with that rotting away and melting away. So that was pretty embarrassing that it broke down, but hey guys, things are gonna happen. Especially here in Texas, we're down here in the heat, so things are getting hot. The engine's getting hot, everything's getting hot, and things wear down. They're plastic fans. I mean, they're gonna break, so I didn't even try dealing with the dealer on warranty or anything like that because the hurricane had just hit. Speaking of that, the hurricane just hit, so I couldn't get a hold of my dealer locally. I had to get one over in College Station. Shout out to ASAP. I think they're called ASAP Outdoor something, ASAP Equipment in College Station, Texas. But I went ahead and went out there and picked me up some parts. They hooked it up, they helped me. They had to get it ordered, and they called me when it was all in, and we're all fixed up now. So video coming soon on getting those fans replaced on, for the hydros. So honestly, guys, that is the only 3 problems I've had with this mower. One being the deck hanger bolt on the right back side. I think I hit something a little bit too hard and it bent and broke. So if you guys are really careful with this machine, those things may not break on you as quickly as they did on me. Of course, it being a little bit over a year old when it broke, but that's the only things that have broken is the deck hanger bolt. This fan melted away, kicked the belt off, left me stranded. I was able to get that all fixed up and back mowing, and I finished that property, thank God. So between the deck hanger bolt, the fan, and the battery terminal breaking, this unit's been great, guys. 153 hours in 2 years. I know it's not a lot of hours for some folks. I'm at 154 hours. It's held up really good for me. If you notice, I am missing one of these bolts in the back of the seat here. That hasn't caused me to, hasn't caused any issues, but I guess that did come loose and it is gone. I just dropped a video on doing the engine air filter replacement, the oil and oil filter replacement, and kind of some tips and tricks. So I will link that in the description for you guys if you've never done your own oil filter change, or maybe you haven't been taught a few things like I have. I hope to share some of that, some of those tips and tricks with you. So I'll link that in the description. And if you made it this far and you're liking this in-depth review, please go ahead and drop a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to the channel. So I have been using this unit commercially. I mean, this thing, I don't know how many properties this thing actually sees, but I'd have to add them all up. But I try to use this on almost every property, whether it's just the front yard on a small residential or a huge acreage property. I don't take care of anything over 2 acres, to be honest with you right now. So I'm cutting 2 acres and less on this, and it's a 54-inch deck. Sorry, I should have mentioned that from the beginning. I've added the advanced shoot blocker for just a little bit of protection of shooting grass into flower beds and just less cleanup. So that's been nice. This unit stripes really well, and it's held up really well in this Texas heat. So I got to give it to Hustler on this one. In 2022, when I purchased this unit, I believe it was right around 5. So right around 5, maybe 52 out the door. So that's what it was in 2022. I don't know what they are to this day. Would I buy another one? No, honestly, I would not buy another one. That's because I wouldn't go to a commercial unit. So I wouldn't buy a second one, but this was a good first zero turn to get me going. This thing it's paid for itself easily within the first year, guys. And I got it in June. So, I mean, just letting you know, I mean, maybe not exactly, you know, at the end of the year of 2022, but I'll tell you what, by June 2023, 1 year after having that thing, it had easily paid for itself. And so just make sure you guys have the accounts to you know, get something like this, or maybe you're just a homeowner and you want to get this for your acreage. I think that'd be a great unit to get. Got some anti-scalp wheels here, and on both sides, in the middle. So that's really nice. So this thing is built like a tank. It can handle a lot, and I've been super impressed with this unit for it being a residential / entry level commercial unit. You don't have any the roll bar or anything like that on there. This is considered a residential unit. The deck height adjustment is really sweet. You've got 1.5 inches all the way up to 4.5 inches. So that is very neat. You just step on this foot pedal here. That releases tension off of this pin here. And you just move it from hole to hole, super easy. And while you have this foot pedal drop down, you pull this back to release it, to drop it to whatever height you need it or have it set at. So super easy to adjust it there. Again, this is the 54-inch deck on the Hustler Raptor XD 2022 unit with the Kawasaki 23.5 horse, we'll call it 24 horses, motor on the back. As far as the the deck height adjustment's very nice. The gas tank's kind of small, I'll be honest with you, but I guess that's all right. I think this is right around 2 gallons. And looking starting out at 2 gallons, and there's no fuel gauge, guys. So that is one downside to this unit, is there is no fuel gauge. So I do keep an eye on that, constantly lifting the seat to keep an eye on the fuel there. I haven't had any issues with the hydros, knock on wood, minus those hydro fans melting off on the left side. This unit's been great. I could not tell you the weight of this unit. I'd be lying if I told you, but it's been great. I put this unit on a 6.5 by 8 foot trailer. I have got this unit stuck, and without putting the hydros in neutral, I've just lifted up on the front with both, and just pulled it, yanked, little by little. I've yanked and kind of just pulled this thing out of mud when I've gotten stuck by myself. I'll be honest with you, they're not winning any kind of seat contest. The seat's all right. It's nothing fancy. I could probably make a better one here in my garage within a week. Come up with something better than this, but that's what comes with it. You got some little springs underneath, but I mean, nothing to, yeah, they're all right. So 2 gallon gas tank, 54-inch deck. I'm running the Ballard Gold blades. It's got 154 hours on it. 2022 unit. Had a couple issues. Obviously I showed you the hanger deck bolts, the fan melting, the battery that broke on me, the terminal, which no big deal. And I did at one point have to get a hitch for this. So this is a hitch. And what it does is, I got this on Amazon. I don't remember how much it was, but what it does is you just take out these bolts here and you mount that on there. And then this pin is magnetic. And you're able to tow stuff. So that was pretty cool. I did a tow behind aerator for a couple acres I had to aerate last season. And haven't really used it since. It was a one-off thing, but I thought that was pretty cool and thought I'd show you guys that is a possibility. You can tow with this thing. if you need, if need be. So just think about that. So it did have Hustler stickers and the letters Hustler across there. I had to take that off. And then in the back here, it's only tore up because of where my mower rides against it in the trailer. So this is only tore up due to my mower engine guard riding against that on the trailers. I have not hit anything like walls or anything like that. It just rides rough in the trailer. So that's pretty much my in-depth review. 1x2 frame, 54-inch deck, 24 horse Kawasaki Raptor XD. This unit's been really, really good to me, and I definitely look forward to my next, zero turn or my next purchase. But this thing has definitely got me through a lot, so I appreciate it.